name's David Slade. I'm a film director. I directed 30 Days of Night, a vampire movie. I also directed Hard Candy, my first film, which was a psycho horror thriller. And my new movie is the Twilight Saga, Eclipse.
Someone's creating an army.
An army of vampires?
Of the 3 films so far, we were lucky. We got the best story. We got the most action. In terms of both the character histories, a lot of the origin stories, but also, you know, we have a battle and we have a huge, momentous fight. Plus, we have a newborn army, and, you know, a lot of darkness in this film.
Jacob, what are you doing?
I'm here to warn you. Just leave now. She has a right to know.
What?
Besides the themes of the love triangle that we know from the Twilight films, there's another theme, vengeance, and that is a theme that really delivers and pays off in this film. Edward destroyed Victoria's love, and she wants vengeance. And vengeance is not a word you would use generally with a romantic film, so I guess that sets up for this film having a lot more physical action in it. And one of my goals after reading the script was to make Edward scary, because he's a vampire at the end of the day, you know, and there's a carnivore beneath that surface. And so we went out and we shot a lot of sequences that are all in the book, geared towards just opening that character out, showing the potential of vampire as killer. And in the end, particularly in a sequence I don't want to spoil about, but he comes across as dangerous, and that was one of the things that I wanted to do. The newborn vampires, we see them for the first time, and we find out through the story that they are stronger, they are more powerful than the vampires become when they mature. I don't want to give any more away of the plot unless you've read the book, in which case you know everything. Well, not everything. But understanding the pathology of those vampires was a challenge, and it was interesting. Sitting down with actor Xavier Samuels and going through emotional circles of how anxiety was close to rage, and how rage was close to frenzy, and how, you know, going out for your first kill, you would be in all of these worlds, and then of course this all has to translate to acting. So you get this incredibly frenzied performance from Xavier, which I was really proud of. And then after a certain point, you know, how he goes through his character arc to become more controlled, and you see that as the film goes through. And yes, he brings with him action, because he's got an army, and an army is going to war.
This means an ugly fight, with lives lost. We're in. As long as we get to kill some vampires.
If you read the books, you have an idea of the alliances that form together for the final battle, you know, that happens in Forks. If you haven't, then let's just say there's a lot of very, very devious, scandalous stuff going in the background with our villains, and our villains plural. And then an alliance that is still very, very difficult takes place, that helps a battle become more of a massacre, which is great fun to watch.